Hello, everybody. We are
Hello.
excited to be here
Of
with.
course.
Let's see if I'm pronouncing your name right. It's Tiril or Tiro?
Yeah. You can choose. You can say Tiril. You can say like in Norwegian it's just Tiril, but
Tiril?
yeah, Tiril with like the R really like rrr. But you can say Tiril. It's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Because I've tried to learn Spanish, and this
Yeah.
R, it like it they
It,
can pronounce it properly, but I can't.
yeah. Yeah. It's hard. Yeah. But Tiril is just fine. Yeah.
Okay, welcome. Thank you very much for accepting this interview. We are excited to have you here.
Of course. I'm very excited too. Thank you for having me.
Okay, first of all, I'm just take a picture of us because I'm gonna
Yay.
send this picture to Claudia because she's going
Nice.
to post it on. Let me just smile, and there you go. Okay,
Yay.
so she's going to share the picture with
Yeah.
our followers on Instagram. Okay,
How
so
fun.
first of all, the first question that I would like to talk that I would like to ask you is like how was your what's your musical background? Because it seems that you started in a very early age. Like
Right.
is like you do you have musicians in your family, or were you the only one that was interested in making music?
So my closest family isn't that musical. Like we love music. I've always grown up with like my dad, maybe especially like showing me his favorite albums and bands and um yeah, but my like more like what's it called? Like cousins, my grandpa and like my bigger family in some way, they're very musical. I have an aunt who's a musician. My grandpa has sung in the choir his whole life, and I also have this kind of with my girl cousins, we have this group that we call the singing cousins. Like every time we get together as a family, we just grab a guitar and we sing a little bit. So yeah, it's always been music around me for sure. um, and I just uh, I don't even know where it came from. Probably because of the family, but I always wanted to have this creative outlet. So I started out doing dance and eventually theater, and also singing has just always been there too. And eventually I just found out like that's the thing I love the most, and especially when I started writing my own songs as well. That's when I knew that this was what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I would like to ask you about the dance because
Yeah.
it's in the description of your like. There's a small biography of yours
Yeah.
on the MGP website, and they mention that you were or have some sort of training when it comes to ballet,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
think it's interesting because even though you're probably not a professional ballet dancer nowadays, but like how did it contribute to the artist that you are nowadays?
Oh, that's a really good question. I danced ballet and also jazz from when I was like I started out when I was 5, uh, and then I quit. I think when I was 13. So now I'm 21. So it's been a long time since I've danced, but I loved it, and I think ballet is such a beautiful outlet. Like they show so much emotion, and for me when I sing it's super important that I feel that I can convey it as good as I can. So maybe like dance has also helped me in just like how I use my body when I sing, because I feel like I do use my hands a lot, and um, that for me when I watch someone perform, I I really like to see how like the whole body is in the performance, if that makes sense. I don't know if that answered the question, but yeah, I'm not a professional dancer now. I can just say that.
But like I absolutely understand you, because when you use your body, like you're performing it and you are also expressing your emotions, so people are going to be able to understand how you're feeling while you're singing the song, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I think that's one of the things that means the most to me when I watch someone else perform, like just how they put all of themselves into the performance.
Mhm.
Mm.
Okay, so I would like to ask you, like, would you are you planning to release more music? Is there something that, like, can we expect an EP in the future? Because this is
Definitely.
like, because Break It, it's a very interesting song, and when I
Mm.
listen to the song that you composed, that we're going to talk about it later, like I can
Yeah.
see your style, I can see the artist that you are, and I'm curious to
Mm.
see what do you have, like, prepared for us.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is my debut as an artist, right? So I haven't posted anything before. I have that one song that you mentioned, that's on my YouTube channel. But I've made so much music lately, and I'm of course gonna put out more after MGP. This is like an amazing way for me to showcase myself as an artist. And if people like this song, they're probably gonna like what I put out next, because it's perfect for what I envision for my artist project. And I mean, I write pop music, but I'm very um what's what's the word for it? Like, I love organic sounds. So
Mm.
I want to play with a band. I want to have real instruments, you know. So for me, that's really important that it's pop, but it's real, kind of. It's not too electronic. And I have some things planned in the future. I have a lot of songs that I want to put out, and I hope that people will like what they hear from me in MGP and want to follow along. Yeah.
Well, there is something that I would like to ask you, as you mentioned that you want to make something more like organic music. I was
Yeah.
not planning to ask you that, but
Oh,
as you mentioned, you don't need to answer, okay, this question. But it has been allowed on MGP to use autotune.
yeah. Of course. Yeah. That's
Last,
controversial.
yeah, it's super controversial because, like, some people believe that it's harming the idea of live music.
Mm,
Okay, I saw that some people saying that, oh, we Eurovision fans, we are a bit conservative. I think that's not the
mm,
case. I think that people think that there is a way that it's going to sound when it comes to studio, and like
mm-hmm.
people are ready to listen to that when it comes to
Yeah.
autotune. And some people say, oh no, when it comes to live music, it's supposed to sound different, even though
Mm,
it's not perfect.
yeah.
Like these
Yeah.
imperfections are nice. Like,
Mm,
but what do you think about it?
yeah.
And do you plan to use it?
Um, I I've never used autotune in my performances before. And like, I really like the thing that you said right now, where like we're so used to hearing autotune in when we listen to music that's recorded. But for me, when I go to a live concert, I don't want it to be perfect. Honestly, like,
Mhm.
if I hear Adele, um, emotional, and maybe she doesn't hit the high note because she's like touched by the audience or whatever, like that for me is what I want when I watch a concert. Um, I haven't made up my mind completely about what I'm gonna do yet, but I'm probably not gonna use autotune just because, well, I have never done it before, so I have no experience in it. So I think I will just feel safer doing what I normally do.
Mhm.
Um, but also, I want it to sound real, and I'm confident that I can do it well without, because like that's what I've always done. And yeah, I think the song deserves kind of to be, yeah, to just be real and just see what happens.
Mhm.
Hopefully
Mhm.
everything will be good.
Mhm. But like some other people think that like when we are using the auto tune is like when you're just putting a filter like on a picture, making it
Mm,
look a bit better, because
yeah.
there is some balance. I think there are some songs that maybe are going to sound a bit more interesting because it can be like
Mm,
some
mm-hmm.
element that is going to make
Of
the artist
course.
sound a bit more robotic,
Yeah.
but
I mean, I love the sound of autotune. Like, I'm not opposed to it at all. And
Mhm.
I totally get the decision because um like most people probably don't even know that what they're used to listening to uh has autotune on it, if that makes sense. Like, um yeah, we're just every show on TV now uses it. And um I think the decision from MGP is just that they want to give the artists the opportunity to use it if they want to, but it's like it's no pressure. You choose what you want to do. And yeah, like I said, I think autotune can be super cool, so that's just like a sound you want to go for.
Mhm. Absolutely, I agree with you.
Yeah, you
I agree.
do. Yeah.
I think it depends on the artist and depends on your
Of
decision
course.
and your goal.
Yeah.
I would also like to ask you about, as you said, you are also a composer. I'd like to ask you about keeping them close. Like,
Yeah.
what was this song about? Like, it was written a couple of years ago,
Right.
but like, what did you decide to? Okay, I wanna show this song to the world. I wanna put
Mm.
it on my YouTube channel. And what's the story behind it?
So this song, I think I wrote it in 2019 or something. And this was before I had any training as a songwriter, because I went to this school in Norway that's called Limpi, which is basically a pop music school where you just train your songwriting skills every day. So keeping them close was before all of that. It was maybe the first song that I wrote all by myself, and that I always like also was happy with, and felt like it was a whole package. Like, it was done. Like, often songwriters struggle with finishing a song. So this was kind of like my first time actually finishing up a whole song, having this amazing pianist that uh, made like a whole production around it with the piano. And I was in high school when I wrote this, so the pianist in the song is called Magnus, and he went in my class. He had piano as his instrument, and I had vocals. And I just remember I wanted to like try it properly, and it's also produced by me. Like, I just tried different things in Logic, and I don't know, it's turned out it's turned out as it did, and I was just, yeah, I thought I'd just put it out. But of course, it will probably sound more professional the next things that I put out.
Okay. And you also play the guitar, right?
Yeah, I do play a little piano and guitar. Yeah, I can like do it for my songwriting, but I wouldn't say like I'm completely comfortable playing it live, for example, all by myself, because I mean I could do it, but I would have to practice a lot.
Okay, but like you're not planning to use any instrument or play any instrument on MGP.
No, not this time. Not this
Okay.
time.
So I would like to talk to you about the composers that you have behind your song.
Right.
Like first of all, I love Emma Steinbacher. Like
Me
I love
too.
her. Like Not
Yes.
Gonna Cry is like one of my favorite songs ever.
I know. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm so happy to hear that. That's so fun that you love
Yeah.
her.
Emily Hollow, I also love her. And I would like to also mention Lars Rosnes, who is the
Yeah.
producer and one of the composers of the song. And he
Hmm.
has worked with Emily Hollow, he has worked with
Mm.
Ruben. Like,
Yes.
So he's someone
Yeah,
big. Like, how do you feel to
really.
have these people behind your song? And like, what was the process? How did you meet them? How did you meet them?
um, so I'm like this all happened because of this school that I went to.
Mhm.
I went to Limpi, I think it was 2 years ago or like 1.5 year ago, and I met with some amazing mentors that were like coming into the school, and they would listen to our music and like help us out a little bit. And one of these mentors, his name is Guttorm Rå. He's Emma's manager,
Mhm.
and he also has a label, and which is Easy Records. And then they had this song, and he just texted me one day and was like, "Hi, I have this song. MGP is really loving it. Would you like to try? We want to hear your vocals on it." And like as you said, like for me reading that text and like seeing, oh my God, Emily Hollow is a songwriter, Emma is a songwriter, Lars Rosnes, like I've heard of all these people. They're literally my favorite people in Norwegian um, music industry. So for me, that was a win in itself. I got to be in the studio with Lars, and he was amazing. Like I can't wait to work with my own music with him. So that was just an amazing experience. And also Emma and Emily, like I really admire their songwriting, and I think that um, this song really just fits my whole artist project. So yeah, I really want to write more with them in the future. I hope I get to do that.
Rafael is saying hello.
Oh, hi. Hi, Rafael.
But like, let me ask you something. Like, when you was this song like part of a songwriting camp, or was just something that they produced
No.
it before and they offer you?
Yeah, uh, it wasn't part of a songwriting camp. It wasn't meant for MGP at all. It was just like for me, this song is just it's a good pop song. Like it it's gonna do well on its own. But it's also I don't know, it happens to fit great into the MGP world. So yeah, it's it's just a it's good. It's a good pop song.
Now, this is something interesting that you said. It's a good pop song and it can also fit on
Yeah,
MGP, because in the end, MGP is a platform, and sometimes the artist doesn't even need to win to
yeah,
get like fans or get people to listen to their songs. You know,
mm,
like we can have an example like when it comes to Eurovision, like Snap by Rosalind.
yeah,
It's a
right.
huge hit,
It's
and it
done
did well.
amazing. Yeah, that's so true. And that's why for me, like it was never a question when I got I got that question, like, do you want to do this? Like, of course. Like, why wouldn't I? This is an amazing opportunity to just showcase myself as an artist for the first time. And oh, I've been overwhelmed with positive responses already. So I'm just so grateful. I'm so happy, and I just can't wait for everything that's to come from this. Yeah.
Let me ask you something. When it comes to Norway is like this country that like there's this tradition. Like if we
Mm,
see the history of Norway in Eurovision, like there are many ballads, right? Do you think
right.
that this is an advantage for you in the competition, or do you think that Norwegian people are more willing to listen to ballads? Because this is something
Mm,
interesting. Because I was talking to a friend yesterday. Because okay, maybe there is this idea that Norway is a country that tends to send ballads, but like in
mm,
the if we consider the songs from 2016 till 2022, most of the songs were not ballads. So do you think that
yeah.
Norwegian people want something different? How do you feel about it?
Mm. Oh, that's an interesting question. I think Norwegians really love ballads, and I think they love that music is supposed to feel real in a way.
Mhm.
Um, But I mean, like you said, it's been very different the past couple of years, and like just look at what won last year. Like people obviously wanted something different, and I don't know, maybe it's time for a ballad this year. We'll see. But I definitely, I think I don't know how this is gonna go, if I'm gonna go to Trondheim or even Liverpool, who knows? But I think that I will either way find people who love this kind of music and that will want to follow along my journey. Anyways, I hope so.
I would like to ask you also about like, is there any artist like in the history of MGP or MGP
Yeah.
that has influenced you, or any artist that like pops your minds all the time, or any songs maybe?
Mm. There's a lot. I actually, when I was 15, I don't know if you do this in your country, but here when we're like in that age, we have this thing where we like, what's the English word? Like we try working. How do I
Okay,
describe this?
like you
Like,
are like an intern.
yeah, you like shadow kind of a person who works a job that you want to work when you grow up, kind of.
Yeah.
That's, oh my God, my English is so bad. But
No, no,
yeah.
no, it's perfect. I think it's like maybe some sort of somebody that's training to be.
Yeah.
No problem. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, good. You understand. So, I don't know if you know her, but Margaret Berger.
Who?
She Margaret Berger. Margaret Berger.
Well,
She won. You
we,
know her?
we pronounce her Margaret Berger.
Okay. Right.
Go on,
Yeah.
sorry.
So you know her. You know her.
Absolutely, I love her.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. And I did when I was 15. So I actually emailed her, and this was like, I don't remember which year she won, but this was after that.
10
And
years
I was
ago,
right.
2013. I will never forget.
Oh, wow, you're so good at this. But yeah, I was such a fan of her, so I actually shadowed her for a day and just like saw what it was like to be an artist. And I remember I was just like, oh, I really have to do this. Like, oh, this is my dream career. And yeah, so yeah, she's been someone I've looked up to for years, and I still remember her performance. It was amazing, and I really loved her song. Uh, yeah, I would say maybe that's the one that's influenced me the most. But I have so many favorites. So
Mm. Okay,
yeah,
let me just say something about the dress you were using in the
yeah.
press conference. It was a very elegant black dress. It was very
Thank you.
beautiful. Are we going to use something different, something similar in your stage performance?
Uh, it's not gonna be as simple, I would say. Like it's a little bit more dramatic. It's my favorite color. But it's still gonna be I it's still gonna be like minimalistic, if that makes sense. I really want to have a stage show that focuses on the song and the vocals. So it's not gonna be like too much going on. But I hope that it will be an advantage for us, and that people will really like. I want to let the song shine. That's all I can say.
Yeah, this is something interesting because every time I talk, we discuss here in our channel about songs and
Mm.
about how is a performance going to look like. I say that it should fit the song. The performance is supposed to
Yeah.
follow the song, and your
Mm.
song actually sound very minimalistic.
Yeah.
Very, it's a pop song still, but
Mm.
it has a lot of emotion. So if you
Mm.
create a lot of big circles around it, it's not going to
Yeah.
let the song shine in itself, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad you understand. Yeah. No, that's been my only wish, that we let the song shine and that I get to focus on like conveying the song like I want to. And yeah, I think I mean I absolutely love the stage show we're gonna have, so I hope that more people will do as well.
Okay, I'm very curious about. I'm gonna ask you another question about that.
Yeah, do
So, are
it.
you going to? Is there going to be anyone else with you on stage, or are you going to be alone?
Going to be alone, all by myself. Yeah. So that's both scary and fun, I think, because I like having control. I'm not gonna lie. Like it feels safe, kind of, that I know what I'm doing, but at the same time, like it's kind of scary being up there all alone.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I'm gonna ask you another question about that
Yeah, keep
because
on
like
coming.
this is my PhD is on cinema, so I kind of
Oh,
yeah, I'm interested in
wow.
camera angles, and
Mm. How cool. Yeah,
so let me ask you something. Are you
yeah,
guys really planning to really work with the camera angles, like to convey the
yeah.
story to the audience, or is there going to be something
Mm.
else, or it's just going to be
Yeah.
you, the lighting, and the camera angles?
Um, I mean, I really love what they're planning to do for the camera work so far. I think there's some cool, like, movements they're gonna do, and especially like the intro to the song. We're keeping it kind of mysterious in at first, and I really like that. But uh, but yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's gonna be minimalistic. It's gonna be a little bit mysterious, and just focus on what's important. Focus on the song.
Okay, okay, this is good to know. I would like to also ask you, when can we expect to hear more songs from you? Like, when
Yeah.
are we supposed to like listen to new
Mhm.
music from Tiril?
I mean, I have the songs. I have everything ready. And I I guess I'm gonna have an audience after this. I really hope so. So, I mean, I want to put up music as soon as I can. I don't have any dates set yet, but and it's also gonna depend on, like, how long am I gonna stay on this journey, this MGP journey. Hopefully, I get all the way to Liverpool. Like, that would be a dream come true. Um, but yeah, you're gonna see more of me. Either way, this is just the beginning for me.
We have a question here, and it's
Yeah.
Norwegian, so you have
No.
please translate for
Okay.
us because I think he put on because I know he speaks Portuguese. Davi Moraes, hello, Davi.
Hei. He's Norwegian. Hei, søte deg. Hvordan har du det? Jeg er forelsket i deg og musikken din. Okay, should I explain what that means?
Yeah, because he probably used Google Translator. I'm pretty
Oh
sure he did.
yeah. Okay. Well, he says, "Hello, sweet you," or like, "Sweetie, how are you? I'm in love with you and your music." And that's so sweet. Thank you so much. I mean, I can't describe how happy I get when I get those sweet, sweet comments. I'm good. Thank you for asking, Davi. How are you? And I appreciate the kind words. Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you.
Yeah, because let me tell you something. Yesterday we had a live.
Yeah?
Yeah, because we had like three shows yesterday. We had Norway,
Yeah.
Estonia, and Belgium,
Wow.
and we because this is like a crazy period for Eurovision fans because
Yeah.
it's the season. Like the countries are selecting songs, and so
Mm.
and many people were mentioning their favorite was Break It.
No. Oh, that's so fun to hear. Like, I still get shocked every time someone texts me and says that. Like, because it's crazy. You have only heard 30 seconds and people are already loving it. And for me, when I heard the song, it has grown on me so much. Like, I loved it at first, but it gets better every time I hear it. For me, at least, if I'm allowed to say that myself. So I hope that people feel the same way. Oh, I'm so excited. It comes out Monday 23rd, so that's not a long time to go.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I also find myself coming back to your Instagram
Yeah.
to see the rehearsal and the song.
Oh.
Like there, it sounds great. It's a very beautiful song.
Oh, thank you so much. That means so much to me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mm.
So let me ask you something. When it comes to Eurovision, is there like any song from the history of the competition that really,
Yeah.
or any artist that you usually remember, or maybe you're a fan
Yes.
of?
My favorite when I was growing up was it was Lena, right? With a satellite. Oh, that's a banger. I love that one. And I last year I really like my favorite. I think was Cornelia and Sweden song. Love it, love it. um, I love Arcade. Like the last few years, it's been so many great songs. I love Måneskin. Uh, oh my God. And like I get my brain fog now, but there's also so many good like classics. Like, ah, no, I've been watching it since I was little. It's always been a tradition for me to like,
Secret
st-
Garden, Nocturne.
oh yes, oh, I just remember like when I was little, it was kind of like New Year's Eve when you, because it was like I would have to be up so late to just watch the whole thing. There's so many artists and countries to go through, you know. So it was just this yearly tradition that like almost like New Year's Eve.
So you guys watched the Eurovision like the past season on the New Year's Eve.
Yeah, yeah, kind of. Yeah. It's been a tradition to watch it every year. Mm.
Okay.
So, oh my God. Yeah, still think it's crazy that I'm in MGP this year. Yeah.
Davi has another question here or
Oh,
comment in Norwegian. So you're going to help
I
me with
love that.
that, please.
um, he says, it's hot, right? But I think this gotta be Google Translate. But he says, but it's not today. I don't know how to translate this, but like it's really sweet. I don't know if he's flirting with me, but
No,
it's
probably
very
not.
sweet. He says, but it's not today I melt melt for you. I don't know.
Uh, Let me see if there's some word in Portuguese that we. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because like we Brazilians, we are very
Yeah.
emotional. Like
Okay.
sometimes we overexpress ourselves. We say
I
too
love that.
much. Yeah,
I
do you
love
know
that.
anything about Brazil? This is an interesting question. People tend to want to know
Mm.
if the artists know Brazil or something.
Oh, I mean, I really want to go there. I have never been. But you speak Portuguese?
I do.
Um, how similar is that to Spanish? I feel like it's not similar, is it?
It is. It
Is it?
is. It is. Like, but
Okay.
it really depends on how fast the Spanish speaker is speaking.
Yeah.
Because if it's too fast,
Like,
it's very hard for us.
can you, but you can understand each other if you speak like
Like
slowly.
slowly.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of like Norway and Sweden-ish maybe then. But
Yeah.
yeah, because I've been to Spain a lot of times and I had Spanish in high school, but I've never been such a good student like in languages. So yeah, I don't remember much, but I really want to come to Brazil. Oh, I love the culture. I love the food, and yeah, I would love to go there. Yeah.
Yeah, we are. We
How
have
is
them.
the weather there now actually? Like how is it? Is it cold for you now?
No, it's actually very, very, very hot
Is
because
it?
it's
Oh my
yeah,
God.
it's summer
Oh, wait, how many degrees?
right now. 30.
Oh my God. That's crazy. I want to go there right now. It's I don't know how much it is now. It's so cold. Okay, 0. It's not that bad. 0 degrees. But some days it's minus 30 here. So I would love to go to Brazil now.
I've never been to Norway, but I visit Sweden
Mm,
and Finland and like
Oh,
I know how cold it can
yeah.
be.
The climate is very similar, yeah. It's super cold in winter. Ugh. So what's the coldest that it is in Brazil? What's like the coldest temperature you get?
It really depends on the state because in the north it tends to be much hotter, but like
Yeah.
we can get like a 0 degree temperature, and
Okay.
people use scarves and stuff
Yeah.
like in the south.
Oh.
But here I live in the north,
Yeah.
and like when it's like 27 degrees,
Mm.
25 is very rare.
Okay.
So, but like I remember that like a couple of years ago, like it was like 20 degrees
Yeah.
and it was like super cold for us. We were all using, you know, hoodies
Oh my
and
God.
scarves and coats because it was
Yeah.
very cold for us.
Oh, that's so warm here. That's
Yeah, I know that.
crazy. That's so funny, like how it changes.
Yeah, I went to Finland in May, like last
Mm.
year, and because my friends were getting married, and it's interesting
Yeah.
because you guys were they were buying ice cream. They were having
Yeah.
ice cream and it was cold. Like they were
I
using
know.
scarves. It was
Yeah.
27 degrees, like it was super cold, and they were like,
Right.
it's crazy.
Yeah, that's hot for us. That's like one of the hottest summer days. It's crazy. Yeah.
So, just to wrap up our interview,
Yeah.
do you have any sort of message for our viewers? Do
Actually,
you
can I ask, like, how many is watching? Do you know that?
four at the moment four?
Oh my God, hi. Because I have no clue, but that's so nice. Four people. Hi, guys. I guess I would just like thank you for watching. I mean, we've had such a lovely talk. Thank you, Sonyo. It was amazing. And thank you for the people who've been listening in. I love that you want to follow along, and I hope that you want to listen to my music when I start releasing it.
Absolutely. Can I ask you something? Is there any other song that you have recorded that was composed by Emma
Mhm.
Steinbacher?
No, this is the first time, and I've never worked with her. I haven't worked with Emily Hollow either, because they wrote this song and then I was just kind of thrown into it. But in my plans for the future, I really hope that they want to write something for my artist projects. That would be amazing. Mm.
Uh, just to wrap up again, I would like to
Yeah.
mention something. I have interviewed Cornelia Jacobs last year,
Oh, wow.
and she like her artistry, like the
Mm.
way she thinks, the
Mm.
way she works with music, the way she sees music, it's very similar to yours.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. I mean, I look up to her so much, so to hear that, that's really cool. Wow.
Mm.
I hope I get to work with her as well. Oh, her voice, like voices like hers is just so special. She has that raspiness in her voice, and I love that. Mm.
Thank you very much,
Okay.
Thierry, for
Oh,
giving us this interview. Thank you, everybody, for watching. You can keep watching the interview for sure, and we are going to publish it on our Instagram channel. So whoever missed the first part is going to be able to watch the rest.
yes. Thank you so much, everyone, and thank you. Thank you for watching.
There is only one question left. Once again,
Yeah.
Norwegian by Davi.
Yeah.
If you
Oh,
could be a
keep on
sweetheart
coming.
and translate for
Davi is
us.
so sweet. He says, "Is Norway cold? Maybe I can warm your heart if you." And then like, what's that called? Yeah, if you don't have a boyfriend, that's really sweet.
Oh.
Uh, I love you, Davi. Thank you for commenting and watching. You should come to Norway. Ugh, I would love that.
Okay, so that's it. Thank you guys very much. Thank you very much, Siri, for giving us this interview.
Of course. Thank you for having me again. It was lovely.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Okay.